Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of Ghost Change Series 01 Kamen Rider Ghost or a Damashii. So his main form, this is the first in the traditional line of gimmick figures we get every year. This one, Ghost Change Series, obviously represented as hoodies, essentially, which I would love them called it the Hoodie Change Series. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it with the favorite part of all my reviews, the box. Who doesn't love a good box? Am I right? Okay, that was way off the bat. Or anyway, gotten weird already. So, pretty normal stuff. Got a picture of like a side of the figure here. You got like a posed picture of the figure. That's where the figure is. Something that's interesting is usually there's like plastic over it, and then you pull this out, but like you can actually reach in and touch the main holding plastic that it's in. That's a really lame. Like I'm just going over box things now. And then on the side, it essentially shows you how it works with a little hoodie going on him. On the back, just some cool action poses, and it shows you how the rest of the line will work with other Damashis to put on him, little other hoodies. So yeah, nothing too spectacular. So the base figure here is, well, pretty basic. It looks like something out of iRobot or something, some sort of faceless creature from Doctor Who. I don't know. It's kind of creepy. Or maybe it looks like he's going to go fencing, or maybe strain some noodles through his helmet. I don't know. But you just basically get this very base helmet, which is the way it works in the show. And then you got the clear plastic here over his sort of designs. Then you got designs throughout. The driver actually looks pretty good because what's really neat about it is as opposed to like a solid plastic, they actually have clear plastic, which if it was tinted a little bit, it would be a little more accurate. But still, it looks better than some of the other ones, which are pretty basic. But yeah, it's pretty basic black plastic with the little orange designs on it. Articulation-wise, he's pretty much the same, in the same line, excuse me, as the other ones. It's kind of like a halfway point between Figure Arts articulation and 5-inch Power Rangers figures. So you got a nice little hinge joint here. You can get some all-around motion and swiveling over here. You got a single elbow joint. You can swivel at his hands. He has those little finger action joints which bend at 2 places. He can swivel at his waist. His head can rotate around 360 creepily, and he can move his head up and down, which is going to be hindered when you actually put the stuff on. A nice little joint here on his leg, a pretty solid range of motion there. Swiveling, single knee joint, little ball joint on his foot. So pretty solid articulation-wise there. As for what he comes with, obviously he's going to be coming with a hoodie, which you're going to put on him, which these should actually be down. Spoiler alert. And then he comes with one weapon, which is the Gun Saber in its Saber mode, and it's just kind of clear black plastic, so again, nothing special. And here's the little hoodie that it comes with, which kind of floats around on its own, which honestly, it's kind of neat just to have this. I think that's one of the neater parts of this figure is being able to have the little just hoodie forms, which is basically just what you have on him with his face flipped down. So it's just kind of neat to have. It's just kind of a rubbery plastic. One thing I want to note is definitely be careful with this piece here because, spoiler alert, when you put it on, you can't pull his hoodie down really. You can pull this piece off and sort of pull the hoodie back, but you can't pull it all the way down like in the show, and it doesn't look right to have just this piece on, and it's a little bit difficult to get it back in. Like you have to peg this back into here, and it was just kind of a hassle when I was just seeing if there was any true way to do that. But otherwise, it's pretty simple to put on there. It's basically sort of like a arms change figure, but with a hoodie. There's 2 little pegs under here that correspond up there. You're just going to slide it right over, slide this up, spoiler alert, there's his face. And then slide these 2 pieces up, which I had up already, but just kind of slide it over him and put this over his face. The little helmet piece will line up to him. There we go. And the helmet piece will kind of line up on his head. Press his shoulders down. His foot just came off. That's the first thing that's ever happened to me. Not the first thing that's ever happened to me. That'd be weird if the first thing that ever happened to me my whole life was Ghost's foot came off. But yeah, it's very simple to put on. Very, very simple. Let me just put back on. There we go. So, okay, look-wise, it's honestly not terrible. It's pretty much fine. The details on the figure itself and the hoodie line up. There's really no problems with it look-wise. It's probably a smidge bulky. For sure a smidge bulky considering it's like a hoodie and he can actually pull the hoodie off in the show. The main problems come in the fact that his articulation is a bit hindered now. These pretty much are doing well. The chest articulation is pretty much okay, but it's really the head articulation that's hindered. I mean, if you really try to finagle it a little bit, you can tilt his head to the side slightly, but it really takes some maneuvering of making sure it's all turned right so that otherwise the faceplate here starts starts to pop off, which is kind of annoying because the thing that's nice about these figures is while they're not figure arts level, they're still pretty well articulated. So that's kind of an obnoxious thing going on there. But overall, I'm not entirely sure what to make of the line. I think the idea and the intent is very neat because it very much works, like I said, sort of like arms change in a way in terms of what they're trying to do. Even in the fact that they're actually not going to be doing all individual figures, some of them will just be like hoodie packs, like the arms change ones. But unfortunately, things like his head now not being able to move and him being a little bit bulkier just doesn't work. And the fact that you can't really pull his hood out without it looking funny or having to try to put this piece back into the hoodie just kind of hold it back from being a really quite as awesome as the other one. I still, look-wise, I think it looks okay, but overall I think because of some of its hindrances it has become a bit of a weaker entry in this line. So I'll kind of see how the rest of the line goes and feel it out. I know I'm getting Spectre, but I'm not sure from there. But overall, an okay looking figure, but some of the functions of the gimmick kind of hold it back. So, and the figure arts for the current running series have been a lot better since Gaims. So if that holds up, if you are wanting something better, maybe wait for the figure art, especially since you'll probably be able to do things like actually pull his hoodie down like he can in the show. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure to check out the crazy podcast at writersrangersandrambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.